Palestinian activist Mahmoud Khalil released after spending 104 days in U.S. detention center. Columbia University protester and Palestinian activist Mahmoud Khalil has been released from Immigration and Customs Enforcement ICE detention center in Louisiana, United States, after spending more than 3 months since his arrest outside his apartment on Columbia's campus, attorneys said. Khalil, a legal U.S. resident from Syria, faced deportation over his participation in pro-Palestinian campus protests. Last year, he was seen wearing a keffiyeh, a symbol of Palestinian identity and resistance, and pumped his fists after walking out of the detention center on Friday evening with one of his attorneys. Although justice prevailed, it's long, very long overdue. And this shouldn't have taken 3 months. Khalil said hours after a judge ordered his release in the rural town of Jannah. He is expected to head to New York to reunite with his U.S. citizen wife and infant son, born while Khalil was detained. He also accused the Trump administration of actively trying to dehumanize everyone, emphasizing that being a U.S. citizen, an immigrant, or simply residing in the country does not diminish one's humanity. Khalil was released after U.S. District Judge Michael Farby Arts said it would be highly unusual for the government to continue detaining a legal American resident who was unlikely to flee and hadn't been accused of any violence. The judge said the government had clearly not met the standards for prolonged detention and pointed out that evidence suggested that Khalil was no danger to the community. He ordered the Department of Homeland Security to release him from custody. Nanan Khalil was one of the first persons arrested under Trump's crackdown on students who joined campus protests against Israel's devastating war in Gaza. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio has said Khalil must be expelled from the country because his continued presence could harm American foreign policy. The government filed a notice on Friday, saying that it is appealing Khalil's release. There is no basis for a local federal judge in New Jersey who lacks jurisdiction to order Khalil's release from a detention facility in Louisiana, White House spokeswoman Abigail Jackson said in a statement. We expect to be vindicated on appeal. Khalil had to surrender his passport and can't travel internationally, but he will get his green card back and be given official documents permitting limited travel within the country. His wife, Dr. Noor Abdallah, said she can finally breathe a sigh of relief knowing that Khalil will be reunited with his family after missing the birth of his son. This ruling does not begin to address the injustices the Trump administration has brought upon our family, and so many others, she said. Swipe left for next video. Khalil, a prominent figure in pro-Palestinian protests against Israel's war against Hamas in Gaza, was arrested on March 8 by immigration agents in the lobby of his university. Residents in Manhattan. With inputs from agency's latest blogs.